This is a little, after... This is like some bonus footage.
Yeah, like behind the scenes.
What do you mean behind the scenes?
Director's cut type of stuff.
Yeah, like on Batman, like Batman Begins.
Oh, Batman.
You're not Batman, dude.
I fucking wish, dude.
Why?
Because you're literally a billionaire by day. Granted, your nightlife is not the greatest. I mean, you have the potential to get your ass whooped, which does happen to Batman every now and then.
But when you go into a fight, you have an advantage because you have weapons of mass destruction to a human body.
You do. He's been trained. He's heavily armed. With the mass amounts of money that he does have at his disposal, anything is within reach. He literally beats Superman.
No, and I don't agree with that, man. And someone wrote that shit, dude.
Somebody wrote everything about any superhero.
I mean, who in their right mind would say that Batman could beat Superman?
Technically,
Batman's so smart he gets kryptonite and he blah blah blah.
But how can you make a hero such as Superman with the amount of powers that he does have? You know what I mean?
Without having like a default or like
without having
something negative.
I mean, I guess the writing both ways on Superman is shitty. The amount of powers that he has and only one weakness, it's like, come on. Spread it out a little bit more.
So we should have more weaknesses. He's Superman,
more or less. That's true. I mean, that's all in his name, but it's like you get the one thing, and everybody knows. Well, what do we need to beat Superman? Let's get some kryptonite.
Where the fuck do we need kryptonite from?
Can't remember. Is it on a planet or an asteroid? I thought it was one of the two.
Did his planet blow up, and that's would turn into asteroids, and that's where you get it from?
And I thought that's what it was. From Krypton. That's its home planet.
Yeah.
But no, there's actually an animated series. I want to say it was on Netflix that I watched it. Yes, I watched it. It was animated, where Lex Luthor teamed up with like all of them. Bane. Can't remember the other ones, but a bunch of the DC villains all banded together to attack the Justice League. And what happened was they broke into Batman's Batcave, and he actually had a file that he made was a contingency plan for all of the Justice League. I believe it had Wonder Woman, The Flash, Superman, himself.
You're gonna have a plan doesn't mean it's gonna work.
No, but that's again, you go back to writing, like you said, and and what was written worked. The way they neutralized them all. Wonder Woman, they injected her with some drug that made her hallucinate. Her greatest villain, her foe, and so anybody she saw was that enemy. So it kept her occupied, 1 and 2. It just wore her out. It just made her just dog shit tired. The Flash, there's something like shot something between his hand, and he couldn't vibrate it off, or else it would blow up and kill half the town or something weird. Superman, I can't remember exactly. It had to do with kryptonite. Green Lantern, they had Green Lantern too. They attacked him.
So Batman knows everything.
That's what they say. I mean, that's why people say I'm a Batman fan. I have been.
Same. I like Ben Affleck as Batman. I liked it. You didn't like it?
God, you and Blake.
No, I mean, I'm Christian Bale all the way, man. When I got wind of Ben Affleck doing Batman, I was like, fuck that. Fuck that, dude. I'm not about that at all. Christian Bale's the best Batman ever.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Now we're talking just live action, or are you talking overall?
I'm just talking overall because when Ben Affleck did do Batman, that was a great movie in my opinion.
No, it was.
Involving two of the greatest superheroes of all time and the graphics and everything that were involved in it. And Ben Affleck did a great job. Like, he didn't do a horrible job by any means. But Christian Bale is the ultimate Batman.
Yes.
The ultimate.
Yes. I think most people would agree that George Clooney's at the bottom.
Yes, he is. He did, what, 2 movies?
Yeah. Batman Forever, and I think I want to say Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. And even Batman and Robin was criticized too.
That's bullshit. George Clooney is such a sellout. He's a pussy. Fuck him as Batman, dude.
I was watching recently. I was watching. I don't have a cable right now. I just got the local channels. Got some bunny ears.
Yeah.
And on Sundays, they have on Ion TV. It's just like the main channel that I can watch. It's got some interesting shows. But on Sundays, they have NCIS. You ever seen it?
I've heard about it.
Well, I guess there's multiple. Sorry.
I don't watch it now.
Well, I watch it because that's all I can. But
hey, man, I got bunny ears too, so
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
It's a Sunday's NCIS Los Angeles, and I was watching it. It's got LL Cool J in it, and he's one of the main characters. And then there's this other guy. So I'm sitting there watching a few episodes. I'm like, God, this guy looks familiar. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? So I'll go on the old IMDb, look him up. He's the actor who played Robin in Batman and Robin with George Clooney. And I was just like, oh shit. Yeah, I mean, he looks, for the most part, same. Definitely older, not
right.
Young guy, but he just like the acting is the exact same. It's just.
Well, that's what frustrated me the most about the last movie Christian Bale did in the Batman series is that they left it open for Robin to be involved. And that's what made me most excited about the next Batman when Christopher Nolan did it, is that fucking Christian Bale's going to be in another movie and there's going to be Robin in it. And who the fuck's going to be Robin? Because they would have had some big superstar do it and it would have been dope as fuck.
Yeah. How do you feel about actors in that as far as continuing, hanging up the mantle, if you will? Like Christian Bale. You're getting paid how many millions of dollars to do these movies?
I don't think I've seen him in any other movies since then. Maybe a few.
That's a good point.
But I haven't seen him in like any
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. But it's like, Batman. Like that's, in my opinion, would be a cat cow for you, don't you think?
Oh yeah, you don't get much bigger than that.
No, and it's like, why not? I mean, it's all up to everybody.
Right.
I think Christopher Nolan, I'm pretty sure he only wanted to stop after the third movie. He didn't want to keep going.
Which why do you even make that stipulation? Oh, I'm doing 3 Batmans and I'm done. Like, no,
right.
Fuck you, dude. Like, you owe it to humanity and everyone who's a Batman fan because you make the greatest Batman movies to continue to do that. Please.
Exactly. You're gonna get the money, so it's like,
yeah.
I mean, if anything, fuck, do it for that.
Right. Fuck all your other movies. They don't make any sense.
Just don't make them any shittier. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you'll make the fucking money.
Oh yeah.
Now, unless you're like Marvel over here, who make you sign like a 9-movie, 10-movie contract.
Is that how they do it?
Oh yeah, that's how they got all these
because you said Deadpool broke the Avengers record, right? Is what they're saying.
Did they?
Box office for 2 days for a weekend box office. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought the only record I saw for Deadpool 2 was that they broke the record for the fastest R-rated movie.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Because I don't think they'd break more Infinity War.
Okay.
Now, yeah, they did break the record for the fastest and highest grossing R-rated movie. How long about movie overall rated R? I don't think that's accurate, but I think the fastest weekend, yeah, it was Deadpool 2.
Yeah,
and I mean, Marvel knows how to fucking make a movie.
And it started with Iron Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Robert
what
Downey Jr.
Yeah, and he stayed with it. He stuck with it, and it's
dude.
a beautiful thing. And Iron Man wouldn't be Iron Man without Robert Downey Jr.
No,
it wouldn't be.
Who's I talking to?
Tony Stark. It wouldn't be the same.
I think I was talking to Jesse. We were at Starbucks the other day, and we were talking about we were talking about Captain Marvel, one of the next Marvel movies coming up, and he didn't really agree with the casting decision, Brie Larson,
for
Captain Marvel.
I don't know who Captain Marvel is.
She's just one of the many Marvel characters that they have. She was introduced at the end of Infinity War.
Okay.
And so Jesse and I were talking. He didn't agree with the casting decision. I was like, man, you got to think of how many movies Marvel's done and how many casting decisions that they got spot on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Starting off Robert Downey Jr. literally spot on.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's, you look at every, it's like almost the actors they chose were perfect for that part.
Right.
That's just, I love all those movies. I know Trey and I could probably go on for days about those movies.
Now, are they mixing up Justice League with Marvel? Right? Weren't they going to do that at one point?
I think they'd like to, yes. But the only issue with that kind of stuff is, on comic books, that stuff's easy because it's just there's no
Rule of thumb.
no, not rule of thumb.
Guidelines.
No, I guess corporation, you could say. Like in movies you got 20th Century Fox, Disney.
Stipulation.
Right, like right now, Disney's trying to buy Fox, the rights to Fox, and Fox owns Fantastic Four, X-Men, I think a third one, but those are the two I can remember. So Fox owns them, so Disney's trying to buy them. So until they buy them, Marvel can't make and it can't use any X-Men.
You have one entity that owns the rights to these movies,
exactly,
or the concept of the movie. So it's just like kind of in their ballpark,
right? So like you were saying, like Justice League and Marvel.
Bro, Jesse, turn your fucking phone off. Put that shit on pause, bro. Jesse, pause that shit, bro. Pause it, please. Thank you.
So like all these, like the Justice League, the DC characters, they're owned by different companies. I couldn't name one off the top of my head. As far as like Batman, the rights to use that character is owned by 20th Century Fox. It's owned by Fox.
How will it progress? How will it progress at that point?
That's all. It's all about money. Like Disney, they're offering like I think some billions of dollars to try to buy Fox,
and they haven't
just for these rights. They're trying to right now. There's a deal that Disney right now is trying to buy Fox, and it literally has to go to Congress because they don't want Disney to have. Disney owns
everything,
a bunch of shit right now. Yeah, as far as telecommunications goes,
right.
And by them owning Fox, that's just another one in their pocket. It's just they don't want them to control so much of the entertainment that nobody else can have a piece of the pie.
It's bound to happen.
But then now we got Comcast coming in, offering Fox more money for that same deal. So that's up in the air, which would suck.
If it's great for the comic books and how everything's portrayed with these superheroes, I'm all for it. I mean, I don't think money should get involved with past and how these movies should be,
correct.
Like, correct. I mean, at the time when Batman was made with Christian Bale, that you didn't have any of that bullshit where people are buying this or people are buying that. It was whoever, I don't know, it had to have been Fox that made the Christopher Nolan movie,
right?
When it was Batman Twice. I could be wrong, but there was nothing in question. Like, Christopher Nolan did his thing. He made a great movie. He made 2 great movies. I mean,
there's 3 of them. He made 3.
Well, yeah, 3. Sorry, yeah. And they're all 3 beautiful, man. They're so beautiful. Like, and then when the Ben Affleck movie came out, like, it was good, but and the only thing that was better than the Christopher Nolan versions was the CGI of the Batmobile that flew, and even then it was in question. But the Batman suit was actually pretty dope as well.
You gotta think about the timing too. I mean, the technology between those 2 movies.
Well, the third movie that came out, it was only like 2 or 3 years later.
No, it's been.
It was like 4 or 5 years.
I almost said 8 just now.
It was not 8 years. It was not that long. There's no way. From the last Christian Bale movie to the Ben Affleck movie.
Let's see here.
It was. What was it? The Dark Knight Returns.
Dark Knight Rises.
Was that the last one that Christian Bale did?
Okay, it's 6 years ago, 2012.
6 years, and then when was the one that Ben Affleck did? That was 2 years ago, I feel like.
Justice League, wasn't that? No.
With him and Superman, because that's the first one that Affleck did, right?
Batman v Superman.
Yeah. Batman. So that was 2 years ago. So that would have been so it was 4 years. 4 years.
That was made in 2016. Yeah, so 4 years difference. Man, you gotta think it'd be
technology's a big. I mean, 4 years difference is big,
especially in the movie industry because they're always trying to expand that stuff.
But even then, it's just like the Christian Bale shit was on point.
Oh, dude, there's no comparison. I mean, well, like you said, Christopher Nolan, he knew what the fuck he was doing. Name one bad Christopher Nolan movie.
You can't.
I can't think of one.
So who was the director of the one with Ben Affleck?
I want to say it was Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder, yeah. And who is that guy?
He's more of the Marvel. You got the Russo brothers. They've done I want to say they've done every single Avengers movie. You get different guys. You have different guys that were doing like the little smaller movies, I guess you could say, for Marvel. Different directors, but as far as like Avengers, Age of Ultron, and Infinity War, it was the Russo brothers. So Zack Snyder is like them, but for DC. He's like the big DC director for DC. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, he's just the big name for that. That I could tell.
So Zack Snyder was involved in that. Is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he did a bad job, but he just didn't do Christopher Nolan kind of
No,
work.
dude, no. It's all about the director too. I mean, how a movie goes. Like Michael Bay.
How close was the Christopher Nolan Batman to the actual comic Batman, though? As it compared to Zack Snyder? Because at that point, it's not director; it's how close do you follow the story.
True, very true. I think Christopher Nolan. They take parts from what
because he went deeper to when Batman was in jail or whatever that jail was, right?
Right, when he was in jail and he went to train with Ra's al Ghul up at the mountain. That's like an underlying story.
And you wouldn't get that backstory with Zack.
But it's like all these. There's so much to come through like the years of comics. There's so many arcs you could go off of. Like the first movie was Scarecrow. You have the main character and you have like a generalization of what he does, but how he does it, that's all that's up to interpretation.
Up to the director, basically.
Right. Second movie was the Joker, which a lot of people say is out of the three the best.
Joker is the man.
Yeah, and as far as the movies were made, they say that's the best one, and then your third one's Bane.
Bane was dope. That one.
I could be wrong, but I believe in the comics, and I know was it Batman and Robin with George Clooney?
Mm-hmm.
Bane was in that one,
right?
And they hit the button.
Poison Ivy's man,
and the juice comes into him.
Yeah,
that's how he is in the comics. He hits
so
the
they
juice
didn't portray that one when the Christopher Nolan one.
No,
right?
No, the mask. They said the mask that he wore in it. I was born in the shadows.
Yeah,
that was kind of the same concept. They said
not really. Though.
So
they could have done better.
So that's what I'm saying. Like Bane is a perfect example. Literally doesn't look like anything. Like the comics.
Yeah,
so
but they were trying to make it more realistic. If you were going to make Bane realistic, they made him as realistic as possible.
Exactly, and that was his goal. That was his goal.
Yeah.
So it's up to the director. It's like do I want to portray more of the comic side, or do I want to go realistic, which is what he did.
Humanistic, I guess you could say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What would
make these villains more human with abilities, but not like supernatural.
Right.
Abilities.
Exactly. Like what's realistic that could happen in real day and age right now.
Yeah.
Whereas having juice and random tubes injected into your body. You know what I mean?
And I think because Christopher Nolan did the Batman vs Superman, or he did do Superman, the first Superman movie. Christopher Nolan did without Batman.
He did?
Yeah, he did. Because that's what he said after the third Batman he did with with Christian Bale. He said, "I'm going to do Superman series." So he did do the first Superman movie, and I think he portrayed Superman very fucking awesome in that, dude. Everything was perfect in that first Superman movie.
Now, did he direct it, or was he a producer? I thought he was a producer. I'm going to say
you're about to find out, so just let me know when you find out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he may have directed it. I'm pretty sure he did.
Let's see here.
Yeah, and that's like he just.
Let's see.
Just the way.
Steel, that's what it's called. I couldn't remember. I typed in Superman. I forgot it's called Man of Steel. It's a little different.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Nope. Director Zack Snyder.
Oh, he did the first Superman?
Mm-hmm.
But Christopher Nolan was involved.
That's what I'm saying. So Zack Snyder's more like the DC guy.
Yeah.
And I want to say that I feel like you're right on that he was involved. Let's see here.
Because I thought that's what he said. He's like, I'm leaving Batman to do Superman.
Trying to figure out if I can find kind of, the information on like those type, the people behind it.
Yeah.
I guess maybe cast and crew. Here you go, producer.
Well, maybe Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan
Christopher Nolan, producer.
He was the producer. Yeah,
He'll produce it.
so
Which I don't know what that job technically does. I don't know what a producer does for movies.
So it's like he never really even left, because that means he probably was the producer of Batman and Superman.
He probably was involved. I wouldn't be surprised if they specifically wanted him.
So why would you
to help?
So the producer is someone who produces the movie. Someone who directs the movie is who directs the movie. So why would you go from director of fucking Batman to the producer of Superman to the producer of Superman and Batman? Why would you not want to direct all three of those, you know? Like, that makes no sense. And to fucking make someone who is named Ben Affleck, which, once again, he did a good job.
No, he's gotten better. You know, you can ask Blake. I always talk shit on him.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. Was it Armageddon?
Four Brothers, Armageddon.
You know, like you said, Batman v Superman. Another one I enjoyed was recently. What was it called? I think he has autism in it. He's an assassin. Oh, God, The Accountant.
Oh yeah, The Accountant was fucking.
That was badass, dude.
Badass.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah,
I remember seeing it. I remember sitting in the theater and seeing that trailer.
The one where his kid gets kidnapped and his wife fucking makes him the one who like killed or Gone Baby Gone.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah,
and that was based in Missouri, man. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like he's getting, he's come.
Doesn't mean you can be Batman though.
No, you can't. You can't take down that Christian Bale.
No,
that Christian Bale persona.
Yeah. And yeah, that's weird, dude. Christian Bale hasn't been in very many movies since then.
No, I can't think
of
few,
but not any like big box office.
Nothing big.
I want to say he was in one where he was a lawyer with like a fake wig on his head. I forget what movie that is, but
something like a small little part. I don't even want to look it up, man. Because
check him out.
And he's a good actor too.
Jesse, fuck your phone, Jesse.
Man, Paul, what else you got? We're talking about movies and Batman and stuff. I don't know, we're just kind of spitballing here, but
no, I know, man. I mean, Talk Junkies can be about anything.
Let's see. What did I say? 2012 was Batman.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess he was. Yeah, okay.
Been in a few.
Actually, maybe a handful. Literally a handful. There's like 6.
He's probably just enjoying his life, man. As a millionaire, multi-millionaire.
Yeah. So after Dark Knight Rises in 2013, he was in a movie called Out of the Furnace.
Never seen it.
I think I've ever seen it a little bit. It was all right. American Hustle.
Good movie.
Exodus, Gods and Kings.
Good movie.
Or Exodius, however you want to pronounce it.
Where he played Moses?
Mm-hmm.
Or Noah, sorry.
No, it was Moses.
Oh, he was? Okay.
Yeah. Knight of Cups. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Never heard of that. The Big Short, about the stock market crash. No,
yeah, that was a good movie.
No, I love it.
Because he played the accountant in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some movie called The Promise. I don't know what that is. And then he's got a movie it's 2017. A movie called Hostiles.
So like 6 movies, 7 movies.
Yeah, man, not much
for an actor. That's not much because he can draw millions for each movie he does.
Oh, dude. Oh,
he's up there with the top. Like he's A+ fucking actor.
Oh, he's a top lister.
Yeah.
He's got some movie coming up. He's portraying Dick Cheney.
Fuck that, dude.
Called Backseat, the story of Dick Cheney.
Why would he's not even close to looking like Dick Cheney or whatever, man.
Let me know what you think about this sentence or this little short synopsis they got. The story of Dick Cheney, the most powerful vice president in history, and how his politics changed the world as we know it.
Whatever. I would have to, I guess, research that a bit and see what he really did.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he was behind.
You say Dick Cheney.
He was behind Bush, right? Bush Jr.?
Yes.
Yeah. And Dick Cheney was the one who shot his friend in the fucking ass.
I was about to say shot his. I thought he shot him in the face.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't the ass?
No, it was in the face.
Okay, yeah. And then, I remember that was such a big deal.
Carl, you go shoot someone in the face and tell me if you go to jail or not.
Well, I'm wise. I probably would. 2018, bro. Fuck. Was it Dick Cheney? No, I was about to say, was he is he the climate change guy too?
No, that's Al Gore.
That's Al Gore. That's who it was. I thought it was somebody that was up in there like that. No. I was like, what the fuck?
So what do you think about how Fortnite's like changed the gaming landscape?
Like battle royale and type stuff, or
Well, just the landscape of gaming in general. I mean, imagine how many games came out right when Fortnite did, and it took a while to probably blow up, per se. But I mean, imagine like gaming sales for other games. Like for people who play multiplayer, this is huge.
No, it is. I just recently started playing it. I just recently got internet, and I jumped on immediately. Loved it.
Yeah.
I like the concept of it. It's different. You die, you die. You don't respawn and go back in, which I do like that Call of Duty style. We play zombies and stuff like that. But I think Fortnite, you got to be a little more strategic. I know when all of us play, we get on there, we're like, where we dropping? What direction we're gonna go? What kind of strategy do we want to, ride the storm in? Do we want to just go balls deep, go find some motherfuckers and kill them and get their shit? So I think there's a lot of strategy to it.
It's the ultimate, man. And it's the ultimate strategic game.
And who was I talking to? You or Jesse was saying something about other platforms. I think it might have been Call of Duty. Somebody said Call of Duty.
It's what someone said earlier tonight.
Yeah.
They're doing a battle royale.
Mm-hmm. That'd be interesting.
All right, I'm going to look at that tonight, too, just to see what that is.
I don't know. Call of Duty games, I hate the futuristic shit.
Well, I mean, it's Black Ops, bro. Black Ops stays true.
No, Black Ops always got me going, dude. You know that.
Yeah.
We've been playing it since the first one.
Yeah.
I love those games. And then zombies, we fucking rage. We stay up to 4 playing that shit.
Yeah. I mean, same with Fortnite. If we didn't have kids, we'd be playing that shit till 4, man.
We'd stay up all night.
It's the ultimate strategic game. You build, you kill, you find, you conquer,
And building is just as important as being able to shoot in that game.
Yeah.
If you can't build, you're going to die.
And if you can build, you may survive.
And that's what it is. You got to get the high ground. I know, Jordan is a beast at building on that game, in my opinion.
Really?
I can't build for shit. I fuck up.
Did you switch to Builder Pro yet?
I did. It's a lot better.
Oh, it is.
And see, the thing is that I was telling Colin and shit, it's I never played that game the original way, I guess, the default.
Of Fortnite?
Mm-hmm.
Like the story mode?
No. Oh, what? I know there's story mode.
Yeah. There's story mode.
Oh, no.
It's an MMO.
No, I didn't know that. No, the building, just the default, the way it goes, the way it comes, until you change it to Builder Pro. Mine was just set regular, whatever the default was, whatever the fuck it was.
I played that way for a month or 2.
See, when I jumped into it, Colin said something about it. I've been playing for maybe a week, so I wasn't even used to the game at all.
Yeah.
So, me learning on Builder Pro, I think helped.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! The learning curve, I played over a month and a half of just the regular settings. And I switched to Builder Pro. It took me a minute, dude, and it was frustrating.
But it's so much better.
It is, but it was frustrating because I was so used to building a different way.
Because on the default, what was it? You had to cycle through what?
Which makes me wonder why they would even fucking make that as the default. Why would you not make it the easiest in the first place?
Yeah, just using all the triggers and shit.
Yeah, I mean, right trigger is your main walls that defends you. So why would you not just make that? Yeah, that's bullshit,
I think left trigger was ramps and shit.
Yeah,
No, they're fucking stupid for not just putting that as a fucking default. I know it's the most ridiculous thing. I don't even know.
I don't either, man. What fucking these motherfuckers coming out saying Morgan Freeman.
Oh my God, sexual harassment.
Oh man, what the fuck, dude? This dude's 80 years old.
Literally the voice of God.
The voice of God. Do you really think
if he exists,
he has the balls to fucking try?
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Do you really think he's doing this shit?
Morgan Freeman probably narrated the harassment that he did. All right, I'm going to touch you now.
I mean, I just don't see it, man. I've watched him do interviews. I've watched him do plenty of interviews on YouTube, and he seems like a stand-up guy.
Just the way he talks and shit, the way he carries himself.
I mean, we all know the way he talks and carries himself in movies and stuff, which is different from your everyday life. But
it is, but
I've watched him do interviews in his everyday life, and it doesn't. Morgan Freeman doesn't strike me as the type of person that would just randomly try and touch a girl, and she says, "No, don't touch me," and he's like, "Well, I'm going to touch you because I'm Morgan Freeman."
Now let me ask you this: is he on the same status as Trump when it comes to that kind of stuff, because Trump's accused of that shit and nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, grab her by the pussy and
nothing's happened at all. And then you go,
with Stormy Daniels and all that bullshit.
You know, that and shit. You know, and you know. So let me take three people. So you got Trump with, you know, grab him by the pussy, Stormy Daniels, all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, so you got that. You have, you know, Governor Eric Greitens right now.
With Missouri.
With Missouri.
No, fuck that, dude.
I'm just throwing it out there. So you got him with what he's allegedly done. Taking
I think he did it all.
Photo.
I think he did it all.
Right. Oh, no, I agree. Hey, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Trust me, I don't like him.
I hope he's impeached.
Me too. Oh, dude, I think as far as like the right to work shit, that'll help.
Yeah.
But so with him, you know, with the message, he's just they're uncovering a lot of shady shit. But as far as harassment goes, he's accused of it. And then you got Morgan Freeman. You know, what category is he gonna fit into? You know, is he gonna be like the Trump, where it kind of just like disappears and nobody gives a shit because he's Morgan fucking Freeman, or is it gonna be like brought up on a big ass deal? I don't think anything's gonna come of it.
Well, the first, if this tells you anything, the first thing that I saw about it was on CNN.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
and it just really makes you wonder if all these people who are all these celebrities being accused of harassing people, like not all of them can be true, because it seems like it's literally just like 1 month it's this celebrity, the next month it's this celebrity. You know, I mean, what's the guy from House of Cards? What's his name?
Oh, Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, Kevin Spacey. Like, dude, the dude's phenomenal. Like, if you were that rich and that smart, maybe you would harass someone. I don't know. I mean, I would never. I'm not in that position. But, like, you go from Kevin Spacey to Morgan Freeman back to back saying that they're harassing people. I mean, like, how much truth is there to it? And if there are victims out there who were from Kevin Spacey and Morgan Freeman, I truly am sorry that you had to deal with that.
No, correct. Yeah. No, we're not downplaying it at all.
But I mean, like, we don't know if it was really true.
In the question too is the steam that was driving that train of the Me Too movement. It's kind of dwindled. You know, it's kind of, you know, it peaked. You know, everybody's getting called out left and right, getting called out. And then now it's like, you know, here and there, you know, maybe, you know, Bill Cosby, that whole thing kind of settled.
Bill Cosby, forgot about him.
That whole dust settled now.
And he got acquitted, and now he's getting charged.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, and then, you know, it goes, you know, a few weeks, a month, or two, now Morgan Freeman. So it's like becoming less and less. And I think since it's lost that main drive that started that movement, it's almost like nothing's really to come of it.
Well, it makes you wonder, like, if you were just this regular average person, and once again, I'm not denying the fact of anyone saying what they're saying.
And you're not condoning it either.
But imagine, like, if I were on set with someone who was a superstar, and then, like, 10 years later I could say, oh, my God, they sexually assaulted me.
Right,
and it truly happened, and, you know, it happened this way and that way, and it was in this room, and you go in super detail. Like, do you really remember what happened 15 years ago? Like,
right. For exactly as it were, you know? And then I think if you cry victim first, how the other person's word, is it less credible now? You know, if I accuse you of it, you know, because I'm accusing you, so now automatically what people think of you is tarnished.
Yeah.
You know, so what
Morgan Freeman can't go out and make a movie in the next like couple months and make $1 million because you're gonna have that group of people who say no, he is sexually assaulted someone.
Right. Exactly. And man, it's a touchy subject, man. Because in high school, I don't know if you did the debate team, hung out with like the theater thespians and stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, when I was in theater, I was doing that. I was helping them with that. I was on the technical side of it, but you know, there's a lot of, you know, what would be considered harassment that goes on.
Yeah.
Within the thespian community, within the acting community. Again, not condoning it by any means, but you know, where's that line?
Yeah, I mean, the line is, yeah, exactly. We come from a place in time where if you do something so minuscule, it blows up. Especially if you're a celebrity. If you're a celebrity and you fucking do the smallest thing and you say like the wrong thing to someone, oh my God, that's a celebrity. Maybe I could, sue him and get $1 million.
Exactly.
Like, don't, yeah. It's
No,
bullshit, man.
And again, it's super touchy because you say one thing like saying, hey, I can get money, and as we're saying it here, like it's no big deal, and then somebody's gonna be like, oh, they're condoning it. And no, we're not. It's like you gotta have the argument every now and then. What's believable, what's not.
Right. How many cases in America do people get wrongfully accused of sexually assaulting someone? It's probably quite a bit. There's probably quite a bit of cases where people get falsely accused of sexually assaulting someone.
Right. Oh, yeah. And
so every single time that a celebrity gets accused of assaulting someone, it's true.
Right.
And that's how the media narrates it.
And the media might misconstrue some stuff. They're known for that.
So, it's just like, in the past 10 years, every single time that these news outlets come out and say that these celebrities are sexually harassing someone, a few of them are most likely not true.
Right. I agree. I 100% agree. And I don't even know, man. It's where do you, and then where do they go from there?
Yeah, their careers are ruined, man.
Like I said in the beginning, when we started this topic, it was you're immediately tarnished on it, immediately. And then I need to educate myself a little better on like where's that line of harassment. I know obviously if I keep making advances towards Jesse, if I make one advancement towards him, like hey, this and that, no, do it again. If it's persistent, that's obviously harassment. But they say harassment. They're not telling you, did I touch him? Did I, this or that? Where's that?
I guess it comes down to that we're not a woman.
Correct. Yeah.
And we don't know what it's like to be a woman, and we never will.
Nope. Very correct. But it's different, man. I saw this thing the other day about, and not touchy subjects, I guess, men versus women on that. It's two-sided.
It is, man.
In my opinion.
When I first started my job where I am at now, working for a Mexican restaurant, there was this manager named Michelle. And I came in, I worked hard, bro. I turned 18, I started serving tables, and I was fucking G at it, And it had to have turned this fucking woman on. It had to have.
Really?
It had to have because
you're talking about the old location, aren't you?
Yeah, the old location. And her name was Michelle. And she was like short, like 5'4", and she was older, like in her 40s. And she had like her bangs and some short hair, and she fucking grabbed my ass, dude.
Seriously?
Yeah, fuck yeah, she did, dude. And I was like 18 at the time. She fucking grabbed my ass, and looking back on it now, dude, I was like, fuck, dude, I should have sued Jose Peppers right then and there, dude.
Dude. You could have.
I didn't say it. But I should have sued. I should have fucking sued that restaurant so hard and made so much money. Because she fucking grabbed my ass, man. And she looked at me right after, and she said, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I did that.
Because she probably knew what could have happened.
Oh, yeah.
And you, younger at the time, maybe not thought of it.
Right. No, I had no idea. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
But it's such a double standard. Because I guarantee you, if...
No, women look at that like, oh, this chick grabbed this dude's ass. It's not that big of a deal.
Exactly.
Oh, why the fuck not?
It's so stupid.
I had this old 40-year-old woman grab my ass. It was the most disgusting thing ever.
And that's what I saw something the other day. Again, it's like, if a woman goes up to a man in a bar or any sort of social setting and randomly just gives him a kiss, that's seen as okay. That's acceptable. If a man does it to a woman, that then sound the alarm, man.
It's over, dude. Cops are there. They're arresting you, and you're going to jail.
That's harassment. You're trying to attack this woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a horrible double standard.
It really is.
And then when men do say something, they're not heard. Because we're supposed to be manly and this and that.
I think the unfortunate part about it is like there are a lot of guys out there that give a lot of good guys a bad name.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
definitely.
I think that's where a lot of it starts.
Definitely, because they'll treat them like shit, and then they won't trust the good ones.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But there shouldn't be double standard. I mean, if you're going to hold women accountable or men accountable in a situation, you have to hold women to the same account.
Equal, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Equally, very much equally, man.
But what guy in the right mind? And see, this is where men are more reasonable than women. If a woman tries to kiss us, you know, whether she's a dyke or whether she's a lesbian or whether she is whatever she is, if she tries to kiss me, like, I'd probably back away. I'm like, oh no, like I'm engaged, like leave me alone. But if a man does that to a woman, like 911, how may I help you?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Like, something just popped in my head. It's like, you see the cliche in like movies and stuff, and in TV shows and whatnot, is like a bachelorette party. You know, they'll go out with their friends, and they got a game they go play. You know, go find this man who has this. Go here and find this. You know, find a bald man and give him a kiss. You know, that right there, like, you just run up and do it. That's socially acceptable. Granted, most men probably wouldn't give a shit. They're like, oh, hey, this, attractive woman's giving me a kiss. But that doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
No, because a bachelor party and a guy does the same thing but reverse it, it's not okay.
Exactly right.
We live in a very touchy touchy subject kind of world.
Oh, and it's getting worse.
Oh yeah,
every day.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
No, there's no opinion. It's fact.
You know, when I go to work and my foreman is saying something technical. Oh, sorry. So this other guy that I'm working with, I don't know what the cutoff is for millennials. It's 80 something. I know that.
No, it's in the early 90s, believe it or not. So I'm technically a millennial from 89, and I will not subject myself to that.
And see, I'm worse because I'm 93, so
You're not a millennial.
I'm in it worse.
You're not.
So I'm with you.
You as a person, you're not.
By my name and definition that I've been defined.
You know what? Fuck those.
I'm a millennial.
Fuck those scientists who say we're millennials, man. Fuck them.
Dude, I don't agree with it at all. But so we're at work, and my foreman will tell us shit, and he'll be telling us, dude. He's like, he's a cool guy. He'll be like, all right, guys, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna run this conduit over here. We're gonna pull this wire over here. And this guy I'm working with, my journeyman, is like, whoa, guy, I'm a millennial. You don't talk to me like that. I'm a sensitive little flower. It's funny. He'll just like punctuate it. It's so funny. And it's just like, oh, God. But, we're like, like you just said, we're not millennials. We work hard. We don't bitch. We don't fit that stereotype.
No.
Now I'm out here eating Tide Pods and putting them on my goddamn ice cream, potentially. Get a little blue and orange mixture on that vanilla.
It truly starts in probably like the late 1990s.
Is that what it is?
It has to be, man.
Dude, and see, that's what I thought was weird, because it's like, I thought, I could have swore, and I don't have to look it up, obviously, but, and I'm probably wrong, but I want to say 85 is what I've seen. All across the board is around 85 is when a millennial starts. And then it ends, I think, somewhere in the early 2000s. Because this next generation is called Generation.
Which makes no sense because the technological gap from 85 to 2000 is insane. Even 2001 when September 11th happened, like the technology even then, like,
has skyrocketed.
Yeah. I mean, I think truly, like, your last year of senior year, which was what, 2008?
11.
You're 2011.
Yeah, I'm a child.
I mean, I feel like 2010 was right when technology started getting serious.
Yeah.
Like super fucking serious.
Yeah, actually, because I remember when I was in...
3G was 2010.
I was about to say, I remember being in ninth grade at the very new freshman center they built.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're building it to be the new high school.
It already is the high school. They're adding on
to it so they can add, I think, 9 through 12. Because right now it's just
10 through 12.
Yeah. And so I remember that vividly. My buddy Alec, we were on the bus, and he whips out the very first iPhone. I think it was called like an iPhone 3, if I'm thinking of that correctly. And we're like, oh my God, this is like the coolest shit ever. And it was. That was pioneer shit right there. Touchscreen, computer in your pocket. And then just from that, look what we have now.
We're almost to 5G, man.
And actually, Sprint, who just got bought out by T-Mobile, Kansas City is going to be one of the first, I think, one of the 8. I think they chose 8 locations to receive 5G services.
Fuck that, dude. That shit scares the fuck out of me.
Isn't it?
You know what they're going to have to do to create 5G? They're gonna have to put fucking poles with receptors that accept it, in neighborhoods. And if it's in your yard, you will have no option. It will be in your fucking yard.
Oh,
it will be
dude.
That pole will be in your yard, and that receptor will be right there, and you will have you can't say shit.
No.
You can't go to the city. You can't say, "Hey, I don't
no.
want this in my yard." It will be in your fucking yard.
Phone companies already have that kind of power. I've told you before about the issues I've had with Sprint, and I've gone up there, and it's just like they don't give a fuck because you know what? They know who the fuck is not gonna have a cell phone. Who has a house phone? Who has a fucking pager? Nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some people that still have a house phone. That's
Old school.
That's still
Generation X, right?
Yeah, fuck motherfuckers. And they do. There's people that have them, but I guarantee they still have a cell phone. And it's like, so these companies, they'll do whatever the fuck they want. They'll pay whoever. They'll do whatever the fuck they gotta do.
5G is game over, man.
It's ridiculous. They have too much. And I agree. If they don't put something in your yard, they're gonna walk up, put that motherfucker in your yard, and leave.
Yep. So it's like,
and they think they're doing you a favor. Like, well, they gotta run new line. A lot of times you gotta run new lines, new fiber lines or power, whatever they're doing. And they'll think they're doing your service. Like, oh, we're gonna put it in your yard for free. We're gonna dig up half your yard, but hey, we're gonna fill back up and replant seed. And you're gonna have a fresh new lawn. Well, I don't give a fuck. I don't want you to shit in my yard.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I mean, there's who knows? I would have to look into this report as well, but it's just like they're saying don't go to sleep with your Wi-Fi on because it can affect
your brain.
Yeah.
No, I actually saw that. The study I saw was these students, and I think if I remember it correctly, I'm trying to remember the study correctly, and trying to remember my point of view on it. It was, if I remember correctly, they had 2 classrooms that were next to each other. I mean, obviously separated by a wall. And in one room, in both rooms they had plants. I want to say plant or plants, plural, not plural, but they had vegetation in there. In one room, they had a Wi-Fi router right next to the plant. In the other room, they didn't. And now, this is the part that it's gonna get hazy because I don't remember. I could have can't swear that in the study that I was reading, it said that they didn't even water the plants, which I thought was kind of weird. And one died. The one with the Wi-Fi router died 10 times faster than the other one. And again, I could be wrong on that. I don't see why you wouldn't do that.
I just don't get how Wi-Fi can do that. Is it really that powerful to where
it affects? Technically a? Is it not? It's a wave. It's not it's
a wave. Yeah, travels through air and shit.
Right.
And
right.
I mean, think you're calling China. You and I can call. We can fucking call China right now. Instantaneously. So I mean, if you call China right now and that other Chinese Yang answers the phone, how is that going to kill every single person that? I mean, obviously it's going up in the air and then it travels, but if someone's flying up there in an airplane. And it goes through that person, there's no way it kills them. I don't know, man. It's just kind of weird to me. That's what I'm saying.
It was a weird study. Like you said, I have to read more, but that I actually have seen that it was a study, but I don't understand it either. I mean, is it like X-rays? I know X-rays will fuck you up.
No, it's definitely not X-rays, man. It's just
But isn't that what I think? That's how it's defined, though, is by the strength of the ray that it's producing. Is what like an X-ray at the very top, that shit'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Or gamma rays and shit.
Right. That's but Wi-Fi has to be just it's just a radio wave.
That's what I thought too. It's how is it really that bad for you? Granted, my router's, I don't know anybody that sleeps next to a router. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a lot of people put it in.
But think about it. If Carrie's sleeping right now and Phoenix is in the bed, and she's connected to Wi-Fi. Well, that router is in the living room. Her phone's in the bedroom right next to Phoenix's head listening to music. That Wi-Fi is bouncing all the way off that and hitting right at her phone. And that's constant all night because that connection is there.
Right. Yeah, so the signal's coming off the phone as well.
Right, and it's happening for a 24-hour period if she never leaves the house.
Right, and they've said stuff about your phone. The signals and I think they call it radiation that comes off your phone. Holding up to your ear,
right.
Talking on it, is saying it'll hurt, it'll damage. And they've actually gone to say that I've seen is that with it in your pocket for the men, it affects your shit.
Who knows, man?
You know,
who really knows? Like,
see, and I don't know.
That's the thing. Like, where do they get these studies from?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, well, how's that any different than what's around me anyway?
Well, I've heard someone come out and say that. Okay, so I think Arizona is one of the first places to get 5G. That's what I've heard.
Right.
And there was a person who went out there with a radiation meter, and this was even with 4G and 3G. If you go as close as you can to these cell phone towers that produce or emit these waves for the internet connection, it actually produces radioactive
radiation.
Yeah, you can actually take a radiation meter and you'll test it and it beeps for radiation.
So you're talking like a Geiger counter, like
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. So if you had one in your backyard, someone takes a fucking shit up there and they test it, radiation, boom, 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 it's right in your backyard.
Now see, a lot of tests, however much scientific theory or method that you believe in, is it a controlled environment? You could you could walk out in your backyard and there could be radiation in your backyard, and you could have a Geiger counter and that shit would go off. There's radiation within the earth. That's a whole nother podcast for you guys. But from my understanding, the earth is leaching its own radiation.
That's very true.
Which you could measure. So who's to say that his test, whether it be the tower or Earth itself, just that maybe that location was heavy in it, or what?
He started off and he showed the radiation where he was at, whatever city he was in. It was minuscule, and then he went to where they're
the tower was.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was just the one tower. Or to go to multiple towers.
I mean, any tower you go to, like if we went to the tower in Belton and we had a radiation meter, I guarantee you we'd find radiation on these towers.
That's what I'm saying. Unless you follow it up with multiple testing. Which, that's just my perspective. You watch one video on it, it's like, it shows it. It shows it, don't get me wrong.
But city council isn't going to fucking say shit. They want that money, boy.
Oh, dude, they want all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want all of it, dude. Especially like Belton right now. They're about to blow up with that shit.
Oh, they already do, man. Their fucking payroll's like $55 million a year.
Oh, that surprised me. They're about to tear down that new, not to do the old golf course there.
I can't
right
wait.
Off the highway.
They need to fucking build.
I think they're talking about like.
I hope it's gonna be a new downtown Kansas City, bro. They need to build skyscrapers in Belton,
motherfuckers. Then nobody can afford our housing. We just talked about that. We talked about that over my house.
Our housing would go skyrocketing at
that
point.
Dude, you'd never pay this fucker off.
Well, I would turn around and sell it, and then I'd be fine.
We could be able to afford the new house. Like, fuck.
Oh, I'd move fucking to Harrisonville or something.
Oh, just get away from it.
Yeah.
The Belton will blow up and you just move out.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Oh my goodness, man.
All right, man. Well, it was fun doing a podcast with you, Carl.
It was fun, man. I had a fucking blast.
Yeah.
I had a fucking huge blast.
I did too, man. Podcast number 9.
Ooh, coming at you.
All right, dude.
All right.
Thanks for listening to Talk Junkies, podcast number 9. Please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, man. We're trying to hit like at least 15 subscribers.
Like
15. We're at 7 right now. Please, let's hit 15. Hit the like button. Comment below. Let us know what you think.
Don't forget, hit the little bell. You'll get notifications whenever Talk Junkie posts new content.
Yes, hit the bell. Thank you. I forgot about that. Carl's giving away free electrical work to anyone anywhere in the United States if you subscribe.
And then Paul, real quick, what was your ETA on the video? I know you that's in the works. You want to say anything
about what?
Don't you have video coming? You and Jesse are gonna just start throwing down video.
So I have 2 cameras. I have a Nikon P900, and I also have a Canon TI-35 Rebel DSLR. I'm going to download some software on my iMac to where we can actually record video, and we're going to have that up next week. So get prepared to see what fucking Jesse looks like, and my white ass, fucking Paul. I look fucking weird as fuck. So get ready for it.
All right, man. We'll see you.
And you guys will see what Carl looks like next time he's off on a Monday. All right, later.